Hey, how are you? So, how was your day? How was your weekend? My weekend was great. We went to Maine yesterday to see our friend Justin in a show, Casa Valentina, which was great. So, if you happen to be in the area and you want to see a really good show, I highly recommend it. And that's playing at Portland Players. What else? We solidified plans for this little guy peeking over my shoulder. Uh, yes, we are getting a new addition to the family. His name is Fearless Fred, and he's a Borzoi, which is the same as Betty. And so Betty will be getting another little brother, or not another, but we'll be getting a little brother this Saturday. So that's very exciting. And we can't wait to have Fred home with us. So, how was your day? How was your weekend? I hope was everything you wanted. I hope you get some rest. I hope you were able to put a pause in so that you could create a space where you could decide how you want your life to be and start creating a dialogue with yourself to move you forward in however that life is meant to be. Don't be afraid to dream big because you'll grow into it. You'll become the person that you need to become to fulfill that dream. And the trick is to act like that person now. And part of that action, and maybe you can relate to this, part of that action is speaking the words to get what you want and not speaking the words to get what you don't want. Now, I know I've talked to you before about it, and I'm going to tell you again. What you say, the words you choose, you become. So be very mindful about what you say. So one of my coaches shared this trick that I want to share with you now because I really think it'll help you, and I want to help you. You know, I love you, I'm grateful for you, and I want you to be the best version of yourself. So here's the trick, or and it's, I think for you it might be a challenge, maybe not. I mean, for me, it's definitely thought provoking. So here's how it is. Whenever you speak to yourself and you're doing your self-talk, and we have those soliloquies to ourselves, you know probably 60,000 times a day when we're thinking. But when we talk to ourselves, when I talk to myself, I always am mindful to create what I want. So for example, I'd say, I'm so excited to learn all about measurement theory and all about healthcare policy. I'm so grateful to have this opportunity to help other people through my education. And so once I utter that thought, I finish with, and that's what I want. So the exercise I want you to do before you go to bed tonight, and maybe if you're catching me on the replay tomorrow morning, is when you find yourself in a thought pattern that's not for your highest good, and you're wondering if it is for your highest, what type of energy you're creating around it, I want you to add the phrase, and that's what I want. Because if you were to say, and I'm not going to give you examples because I'm not going to plant those seeds in your head. If you come at everything in life with a positive attitude and what you want, and focus on what you want, phrase your language around what you want to become, to look at things that happen and events that happen throughout your day that are tasks that need to be paid attention to reframe it in that, like, you want to do that, or you're grateful they're able to do that. And so when you make the statements that, I'm happy and grateful that I can work out because I want to be healthy and that's what I want. Finish those thoughts. Don't dwell on the negative. Dwell on the possibility. And the more you dwell on the possibility, remember what I told you last week and probably 2 months before and last year and the year before, there's this process in the brain called neuroplasticity, and our thoughts over time, they create these little neural networks, and those networks become wicked fast and wicked deep, so that over time, it's like if you were walking in a field of grass and you walk the same path, you can see that path. And if you walk it even more, you can see it more from a further distance. And you can tell where the path is going from, 500 yards away. And then the more that path is worn, you can see it from a further distance. So that it's the same thing with the thoughts you create in your brain and those pathways and those paths that you make. The more you think a certain thing, the more solidified those neural pathways get, and the quicker it is for you to get from point A to point B. And so, if going from point A to point B is making you miserable, or you're not living the life you want because of the thoughts that you're having, change those thoughts. Because the best thing about the brain is that over time you can teach it to think different things and think in different ways. And there's my little baby, Fearless Fred. We named him Fearless Fred because Betty, who's our borzoi, her boyfriend, the comic book boyfriend of Betty Boop, is Fearless Fred. So we figured it only fitting that we have Fearless Fred for Betty. So when you are creating those thoughts, couple things, and like just gonna give you, write this down, okay? Because it'll be helpful. Write down, I'm so excited and happy that, and then after that, fill in the blank. So take a moment and write down, I am so happy and grateful that, and then fill in the blank. And it can be have better health, have better stamina, have better sleep, have a better relationship, and able to learn whatever you want to fill in that ... with. That's the thing you want to create in your life. Then put that in after that. I'm happy and grateful that I have, or that I can. And then, as a double check, after you write that phrase, write in the other phrase that, and that's what I want. Because you want to create a pattern of things for you, for your benefit. And the more you can write them down, the more you can recite them consciously, the more, maybe before you go to bed, I would encourage you to read those thoughts to yourself and let your subconscious mind work for you for your benefit overnight. I mean, that's a great thing. It's like you've got your own built-in, energy sender that when you go off to sleep, you can put these thoughts in your subconscious mind and let them do the work for you and with you. So, as always, be kind, be authentic, and be yourself, and have an awesome Tuesday. And watch what you say, because your thoughts become beliefs, become your actions. And don't get caught in that stinking thinking that makes you believe that things have to be a certain way. Because even though you hear, I posted it yesterday, but like, even though you hear that voice in your head, you're not the one that put it there. Okay? You're not the one that put it there. So change your mindset, change your words, change your beliefs, take action, and get where you want to go. Have a great night. Talk to you later.